The pineal gland. The pineal gland is located in the back of the brain. This tiny gland is only 5 millimeters in diameter. It is surrounded by a very important fine sand. The pineal gland is a small red-gray tissue. This little gland is intimately related to the sexual organs. The pineal gland secretes certain hormones that regulate the progress, evolution, and development of the sexual organs. Official science asserts that after these hormones have achieved their purpose, which is the complete development of the sexual organs, it then degenerates into a fibrous tissue that is no longer capable of secreting hormones. Descartes claimed that this gland was the seat of the soul. Eastern traditions assert that this gland is an atrophied third eye. When the medical science of the Western world discovered that this gland is just a small red-gray tissue located in the back of the brain, it rejected Descartes and the Eastern claims. It would have been better not to establish scientific dogmas and to study all concepts eclectically and didactically. The yogis of India claim that the pineal gland is the window to Brahma, the diamond eye, the eye of clairvoyance that, through special training, gives us the perception of the ultra. Western science should study these concepts from Eastern yoga. Western science is not the only science. It is urgent to also study Eastern science. We need an integrated, comprehensive culture. The microscope allowed us to objectively perceive the infinitely small. The telescope allowed us to see the infinitely large. If the pineal gland allows us to see the ultra of all things, we should study Eastern yoga and develop this wonderful gland. Indian yogis have practices with which a special function of the pineal gland can be achieved. Then we perceive the ultra. Denying these Eastern yoga claims is not scientific. It is necessary to study and analyze. The wise sages of the East say that the power of the pineal gland depends on sexual potency. Now we can explain the scientific basis of chastity. There is no doubt that all the great biblical seers were great pinealists. Scientific chastity combined with certain practices allowed them to see the ultra of nature. The Gnostics say that the atom of the Holy Spirit is in the pineal gland. Biology is determined to investigate all these things. The Easterners affirm that the lotus with 1,000 petals is in the pineal gland. There is no doubt that this is the crown of the saints. Men of genius have a highly developed pineal gland. In Cretans, it has been discovered that the pineal gland is atrophied. The great mass fascination phenomena so common in India are only possible when the authentic fakir has a highly vigorous pineal gland. The secretions of the endocrine glands are absorbed directly into the blood. The blood carries all the secretions of the endocrine glands to other organs or glands, which are then driven to greater effort, to more intense work. The word hormone comes from a Greek word that means to excite. Hormones indeed have the power to excite the entire organism, to compel it to work. The secretions of the endocrine glands also influence the mind. Now we understand why the people of India are dedicated to controlling the mind. Through the mind, we can regulate our hormonal functions. Some Indian sages have remained buried for many months without dying. Biology cannot remain indifferent to this. Biologists need to investigate all these wonders of Asia. Don Emanuel Kant admits a nisus formativus for our physical body. The Eastern sages believe that this nisus formativus is a fluidic body in contact with the sympathetic nervous system and the fluidic nervous system. There is no doubt that this fluidic body is the astral body of the medieval physicians. Within the astral body is the human mind and all those purely psychic principles. The senses of this astral body seem to emanate like lotus flowers from the very depths of the endocrine glands. That lotus with 1,000 petals mentioned by the yogis of India is a psychic sense of the astral body. The special development of the pineal gland allows us to perceive the astral body and its psychic senses, which emanate like lotus flowers from the same endocrine glands. Medical science plays with the mechanics of phenomena, but does not know the vital core. The special development of the pineal gland allows us to see that very vital core.